Right, so first of all, I'd like to say thank you for everyone who is here. Those of you who remembered to come back, those of you who subscribed. Some of you even came to Instagram and followed me there. I hope you're being entertained and you're enjoying everything that you see. And a special shout out to T.Y. Harris for reminding me to do this update. So here I am. UK, the lockdown has been extended, very unpredictable, so things are not as smooth as it's supposed to be. So I apologize for taking so long to do this, but I'm here and let's get to the update. I'm also going to try to answer some of the questions that you guys posed in the comment section, and hopefully that helps. But first, it's still intact. Look at it. It's still very much intact. It's just firm. I believe the adhesive they used is the same ones that you get for the permanent ones. So this isn't going anywhere. And remember, this is just 600 and I want to do the extras. Now, how does it feel to have a bridge? In the beginning, it took some getting used to, because this tooth, where are we? This tooth to this tooth feel like they're pulling together. Okay, so it feels like I was wearing a permanent gum shield where it was tight, and that I got used to that, and to be honest, it didn't really affect me too much. But you know, I knew that they were there. Now I don't really feel them so much. Okay, so I don't really feel them much. The only problem I tend to have with them is when eating. Now, I'm a guy that eats rice. I'm not vegan, so I eat a load of different things. And what I find is that because of the gap, the gum is now healed. If you remember, the gum covered every single part of the bridge. It covered all here. Right, everything, because it was swollen. Right, I had the bone graft, so everything fit snug, and there was a slight little hole, if you remember, in the last videos, and I showed you. Well, the holes have gotten bigger, so now the problems I have is things getting stuck in there. But it's not a problem that can't be solved. Okay, I'll tell you what I do, but first of all, I'm going to show you this gap so you can see what it is I'm talking about. Here we go. If you look closely, you can see straight through that. And listen to this. There's another one on this side. Now, this gap is more closed off, but underneath, this gap is more closed off, but underneath, the gap is bigger. So it's like it's slanted. That's the only problems I have with it. Also, my speech. So there are certain words that I can't, I'm used to the gap. So certain alphabets sound different and I make more of a hissing noise. So the gap, like I said, you may think that it's a problem, but there's always a solution. Now, in the pound shop, you'll find a dental kit. It's a 4-piece dental kit. It comes with a toothbrush, a cleaner, but I bought it for this. It comes looking like this. Okay. Now, what I do usually is use it to take out the plaque in my teeth, just to take out the plaque in my teeth. But ever since the gap got bigger, I'll use it to take out rice. I'll use it to take out any food that gets stuck in there. So I'll brush my teeth, and if I feel anything comes out and I can't suck it out, I use this, and it helps a lot. The best way of doing this, however, is to make sure you see what you're picking at. In the beginning, your sensitivity with if you haven't healed and you're using this, you may poke your thing and it will hurt, right? So be careful when you're using this. What I would recommend that you do is you get this, just a handheld mirror. You get a handheld mirror like this, right? And all you need to do is face a mirror and put this in your mouth. And then you can use this side to hook out the food, right? And I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. So you get the mirror, my mouth is big. So this is what I do. That takes out all the food, right? So this is very important. If you're getting a bridge, get this, okay? I have one in the car, I have one at home, I have one in a suitcase, just so to make sure that I don't ever forget this. I clean my teeth regularly with this to take out the plaque. I apologize for sitting like this, is kind of cold, but this is one of the best lightings you can get. And right now I believe it's doing me justice. Anyway, so with regards to the teeth, like I said, it feels secure. The gap due to the gum healing has increased, but I found a way around that. My speech is slightly different, but if you already have no gap, you should be fine. If you're someone like me who once in a while develop mucus and you need to spit it, get a tissue and spit in that, or you're gonna miss the floor and hit yourself. Trust me, I know. So it's best to just make sure. It's like when you are in a dentist chair and then you're drinking the water and you're trying to get rid of it. That's how the spit comes out, so don't do that. I'm talking about spit. Regarding the medication, I didn't finish the medication. I still have unopened packets, but don't do what I do. Make sure you take the full course if you feel, you need it, so do that. My bone graft is healed. Everything is healed. I feel virtually no pain. The only thing is, I can tell that it's sensitive inside there, but I don't feel sensitivity, if that makes any sense. It's like I can drink something cold and it doesn't hurt, but I know it's sensitive. Like I know it's raw there, okay? Like it's raw, exposed skin. Right now, or gums, but right now it's obviously shielded by this, and this takes a lot of the impact. One thing I can say straight off the bat, I can bite, I can chew, everything that I used to do with my teeth before, I can do. So it doesn't feel weird except for the pulling effect, like I mentioned earlier. In terms of me, myself, how I've been able to deal with it, I've noticed something. And what I've noticed is that before I had fangs, I wouldn't say large fangs, but basically this tooth and this tooth were longer than these. So these came up to about here. Right? So they weren't so long. And that could be mainly based because of the gap. Maybe when they close the gap, these will now go up, right? I don't know. But it's something that I'm gonna tell them about. And yeah, other than that, everything is fine. Everything is fine. The tooth is fine. My gums are fine. It's just a reduction in the actual teeth that I'm gonna do. And yeah, it's fine. So my experience so far, I feel confident that this won't fall out, it won't break. I feel like I can manage it. So if you're someone who doesn't want to do implants, this can probably be it for you, and I believe you will be satisfied. What I would say to you is that once the gums have healed, to go back and get them to redo it closed, okay? Other than that, you don't have to, if you don't want to have individual sets of teeth to do the implants. Yeah, so it's made me feel comfortable. I can eat normally, I can chew, I have no issues whatsoever when it comes to these teeth. The bone graft is healed. I feel slight sensitivity because I know it's there, or I know it's like there's nothing there, but it's not like pain. Okay, so it's, you can deal with it, you can live your life and continue. Now, what I'm gonna do though is I'm going back to Turkey once this lockdown is finished. I'm thinking it's now April, so I'll probably be in Turkey in May. I'm not too sure. I don't think anybody knows what's going on with this whole lockdown situation. But once the lockdown is finished, I'm going back to Turkey, back to Dental Centre Turkey. So I still do recommend them. And I'm going to get the implants done. So it'll be flights plus 2,000 for the next stage. And once the implants are in, I'll get a new set of these. Now, what I'm thinking is, with the implant surgery, my gum will be inflamed again. So I will still have this issue, meaning I still need to use this, yeah? And the course of medication that I haven't taken, I would then take it with the medication at that time. So I don't feel like it's a waste, yeah? Okay, so now to the questions that I've been asked. Like, one question was, in particular, was, can you get the bone graft and the implants on the same day? And I will say to you that I have done research prior to going to Dental Centre Turkey, and people have told me they can do same-day surgery. What I have to say to that is this: considering what I'm going through in terms of the bone graft having to heal and then the implants having to heal after that surgery, I think it will be a big mistake to go to someone who can do everything in one day, for the simple fact that your gum is gonna, when it heals, it's gonna reduce, it's gonna shrink in size, right? How do you know that once everything that you've seen is finished, it's gonna be secure? You know, I wouldn't chance it. So I would always go with someone who recommends a healing process. That's just my take on it. Another one is, do I still recommend Dental Centre Turkey? Yes, because I'm going back, and I'm going back. Plenty of people have gone since, and I just think they are a good company. The way they treat you, their hospitality, it's A1 for me. So I'm definitely going back to Dental Centre Turkey, and I'm definitely still recommending it. What else was I asked? Was it painful? Okay, for someone like me who doesn't like needles, no, it wasn't, because I told the dentist at the time to numb it and wait for the effects of the numbing. Had I not done that, maybe it would have hurt. I think the second time that I had it done, the numbing was not, they didn't wait for it, so I felt it more. But was it painful? No. Another thing that I've noticed that I'll have to change is the way that I laugh. So I'm a big smiler, laugher. I'm all gums, so usually I laugh like this. Now, when I laugh like that, you can see the imperfections, you can see the hole, right? And what I've noticed is, because the teeth are longer, you can actually see them prior to me even laughing. Like now, I'm just smirking, and you can see teeth, right? So when I laugh, it's changed a bit. I'm a ha 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 kind of guy, rather than a ha 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 ha. But for those who know me, I'm still like that. When my gap and everything has been finalized, I'll go back to my original self. But it's just to avoid questions, to be honest. I want to thank everybody for supporting me so far, and subscribing, watching, sharing, visiting me on Instagram, and also sharing and liking and commenting on those. I actually like it when I see people are enjoying what it is that I'm doing. In regards to YouTube, I will be doing some more content. I'll be giving you more content, but at the present moment in time, due to the lockdown, there are just a few restrictions. But the plan is to continue to inform and entertain you. In terms of the content that I'll give you, it won't just be about teeth, it'll be about me in general, things that I'm doing as an owner and director of MIS. Yeah, just to keep motivating people, things like that is what I want to do. Now, before I leave, I want to give you one tip. I'm not a financial advisor, but there is an idea that I think might help people in all situations right now. Now, if you are someone who are struggling with a little bit of money and you want to make something yourself and you don't know where to start, get an eBay account. First thing you do, you get an eBay account. It's absolutely free to have an eBay account. Second thing you do, what I want you to do is to research your local pawnbrokers, those who are still open. If you are in areas or countries where these places are still open, where you can still do business, go to these websites, right? And store the websites. Now, what I want you to do after that is to research your local auctions. When I say local auctions, I mean lost property auctions, places like that. If you have no idea, you can call the police station. In UK, it's 101. I think it's 101. Rather than ringing the emergency line and asking them which auctions they send the lost property to. You can do these for businesses, train stations, companies like that, or you can research it on Google yourself. Once you find out these auctions, what I want you to then do is to look through the products and see if you can buy any of those products and sell it either on eBay or to these pawnbrokers or companies like that. Make sure the numbers make sense. Do not use more than you can afford to lose. And also, make some money. All right, at your own leisure, right? Do your due diligence, do your research on the products, do your research on the seller, right? When it comes to the auctions, make sure it either comes with a receipt, authentication receipt, or what's the word? A refund policy, okay? If you can't view it. If you can view it, make sure you do your research, and to make sure you look for everything that you need to concerning the product so that you are satisfied before you buy, okay? You can always try eBay. eBay people will bid and you may get more than what you get from the pawnbrokers, but the pawnbrokers is where I would say start your baseline, okay? So never bid. Give yourself a margin of how much you want to earn, and never bid over that according to the pawnbrokers, so you know it's a guaranteed amount. I know it's kind of weird to get that kind of tip from someone like me, but bear with me. There's more content coming, more funny videos. If you go onto Instagram, there's more of everything. Once we get MIS on the roll, I'll be doing giveaways everywhere. So just bear with me. Thank you once again for your follow. Thank you once again for being patient. I will see you when I get to Turkey.